para los patos, and for the ducks as well," Pep mumbled disinterestedly. His eyes remained fixed on Maria, and on her cocked hoe in particular. "Anyway, Pep and Maria, about the price of land," I said in an effort to steer the conversation back to where it had started before they'd engaged in their battle of Mallorcan proverbs. "Is it still possible to buy good farmland at a fair agricultural value on a holiday island like this?"
"I am one duck short,"
Maria piped up. She glowered accusingly at Pep. "That's all right, Maria," I quickly put in, before Pep could grab the opportunity to continue his female brains theme by telling her that a duck wasn't all she was short of. "I'll give you a hand to look for it. Never fear." Maria had this quirky little habit of conducting her conversations in backflips, picking up on the last but one topic being discussed. You had to keep your wits about you when she was in this mode, which was almost permanently these days. Knee-high to a fruit fly, and 90 if she was a day, Maria still had a mind as sharp as a razor, however, no matter what Pep suggested to the contrary. And there wasn't a single detail of the day-to-day state of the orchards, crops, and livestock on her little finca of which she wasn't totally aware. As Halmer, her long-suffering son-in-law and general farm factotum, would ruefully affirm. Maria's finca, given over mainly to lemon trees, was the next one up the valley from our own, on which oranges were the main crop. The two little farms were separated by a crumbling dry stone wall. Along its base grew tall clumps of wild fennel, intertwined here and there by rambling grapevines, growing from stubby, contorted rootstock that had been planted there who knows when and by who knows whom. Maria once told me that they'd been there for as long as she could remember, and despite her diminutive size, she had the memory of an elephant. Even now, though, those old vines, with the encouragement of a little pruning, produced enough plump grapes to fill the fruit bowl on our kitchen table for many an autumn week. Pep and Maria had known each other all of their lives, as both were natives of the valley, and Pep's finca was located just over the lane from hers and ours. The apparently hostile attitude that they showed towards each other was, I suspected, a bit of a sham, something of an act that, for reasons known only to themselves, they liked to carry out in front of anyone they thought might be taken in by it. As I was, in their eyes, a loco extranjero, a crazy foreigner, I fitted the bill just fine. But despite both of them being capable of genuinely cantankerous behaviour at times, we'd come to know Pep and Maria as good, kind, and generous neighbours. We, that's my wife Ellie and I, along with our two sons, Sandy, now 19, and Charlie, 7 years his junior, had come to live in this lush valley, hidden away in the Tramontana mountains of Mallorca, almost 2 years earlier. We'd bought the small orange farm of Cas Mayoral on an impulse, after stumbling upon it as a result of taking a wrong turn on a holiday drive through the mountains. No doubt, if we'd spared the time to think seriously about what we were doing, we'd never have risked committing ourselves, our sons, and everything we had to a type of farming we knew nothing about, and in a foreign land to boot. But enchanted by the place almost as soon as we set eyes on it, Ellie and I had decided to sell up back home and take the plunge. Home was the agricultural county of East Lothian in the south of Scotland, where we'd been growing barley and raising beef cattle on a 50-acre spread near the historic market town of Haddington. We loved the area, justifiably known as the Garden of Scotland, not so much for its pastoral beauty, stunning though it is, as for the fertility of its gently rolling landscape. We also loved our home, the little farm of Cadineuc, set on a hillside, with uninterrupted views over the wide waters of the Firth of Forth and beyond, to the checkered fields and undulating